Hello baseball fans, this video features my all-time Nationals and Expos team updated through the end of the 2019 season. I'll start at the pitching position, which is held by Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers was a very good pitcher with the team through the 70s and into the 80s. He made the All-Stars 5 times, led the National League in ERA in 1982, and for now he has the most points among pitchers for the franchise. Catching is Gary Carter. Gary Carter made the Hall of Fame in 2003, started off his career with the Expos and did great. Made the All-Star 7 times, one of the better hitting catchers of all time and a real leader of the team. At first base is Andres Galarraga. He had 7 seasons with the team, 4 really productive seasons, making the All-Stars in 1988. He also had a good part of his career with the Colorado Rockies. At second base is Jose Vidro. Jose Vidro is one of the few players on the team, I think he's the only one on the first page, that played for both the Expos and the Nationals. The Montreal Expos started in 1969, and then they moved to Washington to become the Nationals in 2005. So Jose Vidro, the best second baseman that they've had so far, and he's also one of the few players on the team that played on in both cities. At third base for the Nationals is Ryan Zimmerman. He started with the team in 2005, their first year in Washington, and he's been with the team since the 2019 season that just ended. He's had an excellent career with the team, making the All-Stars twice. And for now, well, he's got this position now because Anthony Rendon was challenging it, but Anthony Rendon has left for free agency. So Ryan Zimmerman will probably be their all-time third baseman for many years. At shortstop is Eubie Brooks. Eubie Brooks had 5 seasons with the team. Very good hitter for a shortstop, and made the All-Stars twice. The Expos have 3 All-Star outfielders led by Tim Raines, or Hall of Fame outfielders, I mean. He made the Hall of Fame in 2017, played most of his career with the Expos, led the league in stolen bases 4 times. For more detail on each of these players in the starting lineup, you can check out my playlist from 2018. I go into a lot more explanation for each player. Vladimir Guerrero is the second spot, also a Hall of Famer. He, in addition to the great seasons that he had with the Expos, he also played with the Angels and at least one other team in his great career, making the All-Stars 4 times with the Expos. And in the third outfield position is Andre Dawson. He started off with the Expos and did very well, and then he went on to play with the Cubs and other teams after that, making the Hall of Fame in 2010. Now this page shows the next 6 pitchers and next 3 hitters who weren't on the didn't make the starting lineup. This is the page from my 2018 video, or where the stats stood as of 2018. If you want more information on how I developed these points, you can check out my Al's All-Time Stat Details video, which is part of the 2018 playlist. But as of the end of 2018, Steven Strasburg was the 3rd pitcher on the list here, and Anthony Rendon was the 3rd outfielder. But they both had great seasons in 2019. So this is the update. Now you see Steven Strasburg has moved beyond Denny Martinez. Now he's in the 2nd place behind Max Scherzer. And Anthony Rendon had a great season. He moved past Bryce Harper and Tim Wallach into the 1st spot among the players that aren't in the starting lineup. Unfortunately for the Nationals and for his status on the all-time team, he's left the franchise, so he came close to reaching Ryan Zimmerman, but he didn't make his spot in third base. So unless somehow he gets traded and comes back to the team, he's going to stand there as the first person as far as the subs go on the team. Here's a view of some of the stats that go into this. You see that Anthony Rendon, by the method I use, has 104 points through the 2019 season. You see the amount of points he's put up in the last few years. if he does anything close to what he's done the last several years, he's on track to have passed Ryan Zimmerman and gotten a third base spot. But that's not going to happen now, as he's out in Los Angeles with the Angels. And similarly, Bryce Harper had a ways to go to catch Andre Dawson in an outfield spot. But he made the team as a sub, and eventually he'll get a lot more points, hopefully for him, with the Phillies as he moves on. And you see among the pitchers, Scherzer and Strasburg both have a really great chance of passing Steve Rogers as the starting pitcher for the team in the future. Here's a view of the starting team on the left, and on the right are players who either are still on the team or they're still in Major League Baseball, so they might come back to the team, that I'm tracking to see who might make the team in the future. That's the fun of it for me, just to see each year who might make each team. Juan Soto was the great new young star on the Nationals, and he has a ways to go even before he gets a sub spot on the team. At the rate he's going now, it's going to be a couple of years before he gets Tim Wallach's position. But if he signs a long-term contract and stays with them a long time, then and stays healthy, he seems like a good shot of reaching one of the starting positions. You see, Daniel Murphy had 57.5 points. He came pretty close to Jose Vidro's spot, and he's still in Major League Baseball, so he's got a shot, but he's not on the Nationals anymore, so it seems unlikely. So here's a view of the whole team again. You got the starters on the left and the subs on the right and the points in the middle. So I'll just give you a second to take a look at that. You get a very good outfield for this team. First base is pretty weak for a franchise this old. That's a spot somebody might come along in the future and be able to make pretty soon. And some of the lower pitching positions, also maybe Patrick Corbin can come along and take one of those spots. But that's the team. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Thanks.